What's up YouTube? Welcome to this video. So this video is about performing CRUD operations on Firebase using the Firebase REST API with C#.NET, which is the best way to connect to the Firebase through C#. So let us begin. So first of all, we need to go to console Firebase, go to console, and we need to be signed in, create a project. Name your project anything. Firebase 2025. Create project. Click continue. Now the first thing that you need to do is go inside build and create your database whatever it is. Either it's a Firestore database or real-time database that we need. You can also create both. So create database. Just keep it to US Central. We will use the test mode. Remember that it expires on the date it is showing. So it will expire on 31 December. You have to set the rules by then. Enable. So our project is created and database is ready. Now we will start creating our project, which will be a console project to avoid complexity, and we can name it Fire REST API. And with .NET, we only get this console or write line. We don't get any classes or namespace. And we have some things to do in our newly created project, which is we will disable these implicit using so that you can see what libraries I am using for this tutorial. And we will disable this warning. So now it's giving a warning because using system is not defined over the top. So we don't need this. We need a class program and we will start working on it. And inside this class, we will define a static async task main. And we are defining an async main method because all of our methods are gonna be async. So to work with that, we also need a main async. So now I am creating a new class API handler which will be responsible for forming and sending our API request. So inside here, let's remove the namespace for consistency. And first of all, I will create the static read-only HTTP client, and then we need some variables. You can see that I am not defining headers because we don't need it for the Firebase. We need URL body and the method type. So we will define a public async task which will retrieve HTTP response message, and we will call it send request. Inside this, we will have try and catch. If any error occurs, then we will throw new exception, write down the message from the error. So we will create an HTTP request message and pass it not this method but the method property. So our HTTP method type and the URL of the Firebase. we will define that if the method is not of the type get, or if the method is not delete, the get and the delete methods does not have a body. So we are saying that if method is not get or delete, then we have to add the body too. So string content, to add the body, we have to convert the body into the type string content, and we need these three parameter. The first is our body, then the encoding and the type of request that we are sending. So we are sending a type of request in the form of JSON. Then we will add the content that we created into our request. We don't have any headers, so we will skip that, and we will come to the response message, and this is how we will gonna send our request. After that, we will just return the response, and we can put a breakpoint over here to see what comes in the response. So our API handler is ready for action. Now let us come back to our program CS, and we will create some classes over here and create a new method, and we will name it create, and we will initialize the API by giving URL, method type, which will be http method dot post, and body, which will be a JSON. And in C sharp from .NET 7, we can define a JSON directly by using three quotes. So I will define a JSON. So this is our body for the request, and let's close this object. Then we just need to record the response from API. So await API dot send request if response dot status code is equals to http status code dot OK, then console dot write line else error, and we will just forward the dot status code. So this is our create method. Now let us use this, and we didn't define the URL. So come over here and copy the URL from here. So now let us test the first method of our API. So we didn't put .json in the end. So let's put all of this into info folder. Then in the end, write JSON. Now let's try. We can see the status is OK, and we have our information over here. So Dragon Ball Z and protagonist is Goku. Now the thing to note is that you can see there is an auto ID generated with our create method. This is because we have used the post method of the Firebase. It creates an auto ID. So basically copy this, and this method should be called with auto ID. And what if we don't want to create record with an auto ID? Then what we will do is, so now what we need to change is, we will change this to put, and we will add anime. Let's give this an index of 1, and we change this to Naruto Shippuden, and this to Naruto. Now let's try our application. So the response is okay, and we have our anime folder. Inside one, we have the first anime, Naruto Shippuden. Now let's try to make an update method, and for that we will use the HTTP method patch, and we will upgrade anime 1, and let's change this to a piece of information that I want to give is, if you are using the patch method, then it is must that you define the path over here and not here in the JSON, because all of the properties will get replaced. So you don't need the path over here, you need the path over here. Now the properties that we will replace is, uh, let's replace the protagonist to Sasuke, and let us see how our update method works. The name of the anime should be kept as it is. So the name is as it is and the protagonist has been changed. Now let's also try the delete method. We also need to change this over here, because if we try to add another anime, let's say One Piece, and the protagonist is Luffy, we already have the Naruto anime over here. But you will see that if I use this create method with put, the Naruto anime is gone. So in order to avoid this, what you need to do is you need to define the path over here. So like this 3. If I want to add another anime, or let's say I want to add the Naruto again. Now the anime One Piece won't get replaced because we are only accessing this part of the database. So currently there is no number 1. So I will run this, and you can see that our first anime is added again. So remember that in the put or patch, always put the complete path over here and only properties over in the body. So now let us create the delete method, which is simple. We don't pass the body, and let us add another entry with the create, and this should be 3. So we have Bleach and Ichigo. Let's now create the delete method. We change the method, we don't need the body, and we want to delete the third one. Let's remove the breakpoint and use the delete method. It's given an error because I put an or statement. This should be end. It shouldn't be get, and it shouldn't be delete. So it deleted successfully. You can see that the third one is gone. Now for the retrieval method, I will create a class which will be a model class. So we will name it anime model, and this will have two properties, name and the protagonist. We will create a get method. The type will be get. Let's get the second. Now over here we will create a string for the response body, which will be equals to response content read as string. So this converts our retrieved content in the form of string, and we can print it with console.writeLine and response body. Else we give the error, and put a console.read key to stop the console from exiting. So the record of the second anime is retrieved, One Piece and Luffy. So what we can do with the class that we created? We can create anime model JSON serializer dot deserialize the response body. Now I will put a breakpoint. We can print out the names separately. Protagonist of anime. So now we will see the result as this. We can also create a record by using this class. Create with user input and put this in our anime.json. Now the names will be given by user. So inside here we will take, and then in the body we will use JSON serializer dot serialize anime. So now in our main method, then we will call the create with user input and pass on the anime, and we will await this method. So now it's asking for name of the anime. Let's go with fairy tale. So all of the big five, and Natsu Ragnil. So data created successfully. You can see that this is a lesson for all of you, that I use the put method and I just give the path of anime, so it replaced all of the things within the anime. I should have given the right path. So be careful when giving the path when using put or patch. So this is all for the video. Thanks for watching and do subscribe to the channel. See you next time.